Ladies and gentlemen, it is my humble privilege to speak before you today. The architecture of a thankful heart is not built in a single day. Like a grand cathedral, it rises slowly, brick by brick, moment by moment, choice by choice. Gratitude is the foundation, and without it, life feels like a house built on sand, shaken by storms, unsteady in trials. But when we choose to live with thanksgiving, we build a structure that stands strong against the winds of disappointment, loss, and fear. Every beam of thankfulness lifts us higher. When we appreciate the small blessings, sunlight on our face, the laughter of a friend, the comfort of a meal, we are laying the pillars of strength. Gratitude shifts our eyes from what is missing to what is already present. Instead of complaining about cracks in the walls, we learn to admire the beauty of the design. The roof of this architecture is joy. A thankful heart cannot be flooded with bitterness, because gratitude makes space for hope and peace. Even in dark seasons, when walls seem to close in, a thankful heart opens a window, letting in the light of possibility, and what about the doors? They swing wide open toward generosity. When we are truly thankful, we do not hoard blessings, we share them. A thankful heart inspires kindness, forgiveness, and compassion. It builds not just for itself, but for others too. 1. Gratitude as the foundation. Just like no building can stand without a solid base, no life can flourish without gratitude. When we start by being thankful for what we already have, we anchor ourselves in stability. Gratitude keeps us grounded, reminding us that life is not defined by what we lack, but by the blessings we already carry. Every lasting structure begins with a foundation, and in the architecture of a heart, that foundation is gratitude. Without it, the walls of joy, peace, and purpose cannot stand. Gratitude is more than saying thank you. It is a perspective, a way of seeing life. It takes what we have and makes it enough, and it transforms even the simplest moment into a gift. Think about a home built on sand. When storms come, it collapses. In the same way, a life without gratitude easily crumbles under stress, comparison, and dissatisfaction. But when you anchor your heart in thankfulness, you stand firm no matter what comes. For example, a person who loses a job but still chooses to be thankful for health, family, and new opportunities builds resilience instead of despair. Gratitude does not deny challenges. It gives strength to rise above them. History is filled with people who found power in gratitude. Take Helen Keller, who, despite being blind and deaf, declared, "So much has been given to me, I have no time to ponder over that which has been denied." Her gratitude became the foundation for a life of courage and inspiration. Even in our daily lives, we can practice this foundation. When you pause to give thanks for the meal before you eat, for the friend who listens, or for the breath in your lungs, you are laying bricks of strength. Gratitude changes ordinary days into celebrations, and ordinary people into extraordinary souls. So, if you want your life to stand tall like a fortress of peace, start with gratitude as your foundation. Everything else, joy, resilience, generosity, will rise beautifully upon it. 2. Small blessings as the bricks. Every smile, every sunrise, every breath is a brick in the architecture of a thankful heart. Many people wait for extraordinary miracles before they give thanks, but true thankfulness grows from ordinary moments. When we recognize and honor these small gifts, we build walls of strength that can withstand life's storms. When architects build a great monument, they do not use one massive stone. They use thousands of small bricks, carefully placed one by one. In the same way, the architecture of a thankful heart is built not on rare, extraordinary events, but on the daily blessings that often go unnoticed. Too often, people wait for something big, a promotion, a miracle, a dream fulfilled, before they give thanks. But gratitude truly grows when we learn to honor the small and simple gifts of life. Think about the warmth of sunlight on your face, the laughter of a child, the coolness of water on a hot day, or the comfort of a friend's words. These may seem small, but together they form the bricks that create a strong and beautiful heart. Consider a person who wakes up each morning and complains about what's missing: money, status, opportunities. Their heart remains unfinished, with walls weak and fragile. But another person who wakes up and simply says, "Thank you for a new day, for the strength in my body, for the chance to try again," is steadily laying bricks of gratitude. Over time, those small acknowledgments build a fortress of peace and contentment. Think about Anne Frank, who, even while hiding during war, wrote, "I don't think of all the misery, but of the beauty that still remains." She found small blessings in the glow of nature and the bonds of family, and those bricks gave her strength in unimaginable darkness. When you count your blessings, even the smallest ones, you are not just building walls. You are creating a sanctuary for joy to live. Every smile, every breath, every heartbeat is a brick in the architecture of a thankful heart. 3. Joy as the roof of this architecture is joy. It shelters us from negativity and despair. A thankful heart naturally overflows with happiness because it focuses on abundance instead of scarcity. No matter how heavy the rain of challenges, joy keeps our spirit protected and our outlook bright. In any building, the roof is what provides shelter and protection. It shields the structure from storms, heat, and the weight of the season. In the architecture of a thankful heart, the roof is joy. Gratitude naturally produces joy, and that joy becomes a covering over our lives, protecting us from negativity, despair, and hopelessness. Joy is not the same as happiness. Happiness often depends on circumstances, but joy is deeper. It flows from a grateful heart. When you are thankful, even in difficult times, you carry a joy that cannot be shaken. For example, someone may face financial struggles but still find joy in the laughter of their children. Another may endure illness but still rejoice in the love of family and the beauty of life. That joy does not erase pain, but it shields the spirit from being crushed by it. Think of Nelson Mandela, who, even after decades in prison, walked out not bitter but joyful, thankful for freedom and the chance to rebuild. His joy became a shelter not only for himself, but for an entire nation. That is the power of a thankful heart. It creates joy that protects and inspires. In everyday life, we can choose this joy. Instead of letting complaints pour into our minds like rain, we can lift our eyes and say, "I am grateful for what I have today." That choice places a roof over our hearts, keeping us safe from the storms of discontent. So, if you want a heart that stands tall and unshaken, let gratitude build your joy. With that roof overhead, no storm can drown your spirit, and you will live each day under the shelter of peace. 4. Generosity as the doors and windows. A truly thankful heart does not close itself off. It opens wide to others. Just as a home welcomes guests, gratitude opens the doors of generosity, kindness, and forgiveness. When we share our blessings, we let fresh air into our souls, keeping the architecture alive and vibrant. A house without doors or windows may stand tall, but it will feel cold, dark, and closed off. The same is true for the architecture of the heart. Gratitude builds walls of strength and a roof of joy, but it is generosity that opens the doors and windows, allowing love, kindness, and compassion to flow in and out. A truly thankful heart cannot remain locked. When you are grateful for what you have, even if it is little, you naturally want to share it. Generosity does not always mean giving money. It can be a smile, a listening ear, a helping hand, or words of encouragement. These acts are like open doors, welcoming others into the warmth of your heart. They are like windows that let the light of your soul shine outward. Consider Mother Teresa, who had very little for herself, but gave everything in service to the poor. Her gratitude for life and for God's love opened the doors of her heart to the world, and through her generosity, millions were touched. Or think of a neighbor who bakes extra bread not because she has much, but because she is thankful for the little she has and chooses to share. That simple generosity creates a community of love. When gratitude fills you, you stop comparing and competing. Instead, you begin contributing. You no longer ask, "What can I get?" but rather, "What can I give?" And in giving, you discover that your own life becomes brighter, richer, and more meaningful. So, let the architecture of your thankful heart have wide, open doors and shining windows. Through generosity, your heart will not only be strong for you, but will become a home of comfort, light, and love for others. 5. Resilience as the masterpiece. The ultimate beauty of a thankful heart lies in its resilience. Gratitude gives us the ability to rise again after setbacks, to rebuild when life tears us down, and to shine even in darkness. A heart built with thankfulness is not fragile. It becomes a masterpiece of strength, grace, and peace. Every great building tells a story, not just of beauty, but of strength. Some structures have stood for centuries, weathering storms, earthquakes, and wars, yet they remain standing as masterpieces. In the same way, the greatest beauty of a thankful heart is resilience. Gratitude gives us the power to rise again when life tries to tear us down. Resilience does not mean we never face hardship. It means hardship cannot destroy us. When a heart is built with gratitude, every trial becomes another layer of strength. Instead of asking, "Why me?" a thankful person asks, "What can I learn? What can I appreciate even here?" That shift transforms pain into growth and obstacles into stepping stones. Think of Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor who lost everything yet found meaning in suffering by focusing on gratitude for even the smallest mercies. His heart, though tested in fire, became a masterpiece of resilience that inspired millions. Or consider a single mother who works long hours yet remains thankful for the chance to provide for her children. Her gratitude fuels her strength, turning weariness into perseverance. Even in everyday struggles, disappointments, failures, or losses, gratitude acts like steel within the walls of the heart. It prevents collapse when life shakes us. With gratitude, tears can water seeds of hope, and broken pieces can be reshaped into something even stronger. The final beauty of a thankful heart is not just that it is peaceful or joyful. It is unshakable. Gratitude writes resilience into every corner of its design. And when storms pass, what remains is not ruin but a masterpiece. A heart that stands tall, radiant, and unbroken.